It's a really big shoe tonight. A really big show tonight.
Really big shoe.
It's Saturday morning, damn it. Let's watch some cartoons.
It's the show, everybody. Really big show. Blah, blah, blah. Get this off the screen. Meow. I got it. Everything's good. Show's live. Recording it. Audio. Blah, blah, blah. Where's my thing? Let's talk about the website, Mike. Retrocast.com. Go visit our website to hear all the old episode, all 100 and blah, blah, blah episodes of our show. Also, we're doing this live on YouTube, youtube.com. cartoonretrocast.com/YouTube will take you straight to our channel. And if you like what what you hear and you like to pay for my medication,
he needs it, folks.
You could go right now to patreon.com/cartoonretrocast. Clearly, I'm going senile in my old age. So anyway, live streamers didn't hear it, since we're starting over anyway. I'm going to give away a box of stuff. I had this real roundabout blah 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 to get to it. I'm giving away a box full of stuff to anyone who wants it. Just send email to cartoonretrocast@gmail.com with the subject line box of retro junk, and I'll pick someone randomly.
We already got an email.
I will randomly call.
Just kidding.
I will randomly, or I'll get Randy. We'll call Randy and we'll have Randy randomly pick the winner, and you get a box of stuff. And I already showed this, but I'm gonna show it again because one of the items that you'll get is Skeletor battle armor. You know, I bought mine. I had He-Man battle armor He-Man as a kid, and I didn't know what he was because I got him at the thrift store. So I used to call him Dentachest.
You didn't know it was He-Man, or you just thought it was Dentachest He-Man?
I called him Dentachest He-Man because, like, you hit his chest and it would change to slightly damaged and then slightly more damaged. So I just called him Dentachest. I didn't know. Like I said, I got to use at the thrift store. So also, right now, if you'd like to get a free sticker, you can send gotta have a self-addressed stamped envelope and mail it to Cartoon Retrocast, P.O. Box 21, Manchester, Maryland 21102. Beautiful downtown Manchester, Maryland. Home of the Manchester Cartoon Retrocast.
The Fighting Manchesters. What, do you have the sticker?
I do not.
Oh.
I will get the sticker, though. It's just going to be our podcast logo. Little square sticker. Maybe I forget what it was. 4x4 or something.
Alright, it's fine.
It'll be neat. You can stick it on stuff. Stick it on stop signs.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
You can
put it on your notebook before you
put it on your Trapper Keeper.
Yeah, if you're gonna go to detention hall or study hall, or maybe to cafeteria.
Does detention still exist? You have a daughter that could be in detention.
They have threatened to put her in detention, but
but it exists then.
It must.
Exists.
I don't know how the logistics of that is, because if kids getting on buses and stuff, like, how could you keep a kid at school and F them in with the bus?
Yeah, because our detention used to be you just had to stay at school for like an hour or 2 hours or whatever.
You know what? We
didn't have Saturday detention. I know people had that.
Oh yeah, the Breakfast Club had Saturday detention.
Did you have that?
Oh, we had everything. We had everything. We had Saturday, Sunday, after school, before school, during school. They had to mix it up because so many kids were in detention. You had to be like, all right, you got detention. Let me find an opening. You got morning detention.
Yeah. We had recess too. Like you'd stay in during recess. I don't know. High school doesn't have detention though. Like we never had detention in high school.
Well, did you ever duct tape Larry Lester's butt cheeks together? I would have got you some detention. But like,
I'm trying to think if we did. We did have detention. I just never had it.
Well, yeah, you also went to a private school. Detention's got to be weird though. Like, I don't. Because then they just could they just kick you out, right? Like.
Yeah, but nobody ever got kicked out. Or did I tell this story? 2 people got kicked out.
Yeah, you did. I remember now.
All right.
But none of them ever got detention, as far as you know.
Was there detention? I'm actually unsure if there was detention or not. I never got it.
I think
I got detention in elementary school, though, quite a bit.
Oh, that's right. You're a hard ass.
Well, I wasn't a hard ass. I just was, you know.
You were a problem child.
I wasn't a problem child.
Sounds
I just
like
had
you were a problem child. If you were a kid nowadays, whoa, they'd put you on Ritalin. I just went blurry.
There's no detention. There's just Ritalin.
Just yeah. I told I'm gonna take my daughter to the doctor. She's a pain in the ass. I'm gonna tell that doctor I'm gonna put her on everything.
Right.
I want her to put on experimental drugs. Like if they
give her the Mr. Burns treatment.
Whatever they got, I'll give it to her, even if it's unrelated. Like if they think, like if it's like a erectile dysfunction drug that they think will straighten out a kid, like one of the side effects is straightens your kid out. Give that shit to her.
Or even if it doesn't.
Just give it to her.
Even if there is no side effect whatsoever.
And maybe, you know what? Maybe
give it to her.
Maybe you slip me a $20 bill and I tell you if there's any side effects.
Yeah, call it a trial.
Yeah. Blind 2 study.
All right. So did you actually do this or
what?
I mean, I know you didn't say it, but did you actually take your kid to the doctor?
No.
Oh, okay.
I should if I was.
You threatened to.
If I was a good parent, I did take her to the doctor because she had to get shots. You know, immunizations. The 10 public school, you got to have all the most up to date shots for like I forget it was Tdap, you know, tetanus, diphtheria, stuff like that. And so I was at the doctor and she was like, "Oh, it's been a while since we've seen you. It's been like a year or something." I was like, "Well, yeah, you just don't go to the doctor willy nilly." Just for shits and giggles, and the doctor was like, "Well, you don't have to come for shits and giggles, but you should bring your child for annual checkups." Yeah,
well, didn't they say you haven't seen you for a year? There you go.
Yeah, maybe it was a little longer than a year, but still.
Yeah, you get that checkup for free. So
I told that doctor, I said, in my house we didn't go to the doctor. I only went to the doctor like 3 times. When I was born, when I fell off the curb into a broken bottle, and when you know what? 2 times I went to the doctor.
Well, what about the time when you got the thing stuck in your groin?
No, I pulled that shit out myself, dressed it, cleaned it. When I broke my
dressed it.
It was like.
You had your what's that called? What's that kit called?
Here's what I did. I took a swig,
trauma kit or whatever.
I took a swig of whiskey, bit down on an old bone, and dressed it like
an old belt you found in the parking lot.
Like the Civil War. And when I broke my finger, I set that myself. I reset it and put a cast on it myself. Did not go to the doctors.
Did you tell the doctor all this stuff? Somebody just emailed, "I want a retro junk box."
No,
so there you go.
So we're on. We're good.
We just got an email.
Everybody. So, yeah, take your kids to the doctors, I guess. But I didn't go to the doctors. Oh, I did. Never this time I went to the doctor when I went deaf, and the nurse squirted shit in my ear and perforated my eardrum because they had to take me to the free clinic, which is it was called Mercy. It was like
they don't have free clinics anymore, do they?
No.
Do they?
No, they don't. Well, you know what?
Sure?
I shouldn't say that. They probably do. This was run by it was like the nuns and stuff.
Like a nunnery.
A nunnery. So when I busted my hand and had to go to the doctor, had to get stitches in my hand. My mom, she was home alone because my dad had the car. We were a 1-car family up until the mid '80s, and she had to take me on the bus. And the bus driver told her no, couldn't bring me on the bus because I was bleeding. And my mom was like, "F you."
That actually makes sense.
"F you, we're getting on the bus." Meanwhile, there's probably more like biological hazards on that bus than anywhere else. Like my blood was probably cleaner than most of the blood that was already in that bus.
All right, so I actually went to the YouTube and I see a whole bunch of comments saying no sound. Is there still no sound?
That's the
or
old
is there sound?
Video. This is the new video. Are we on the new video?
Yes.
Yes.
There is still no sound. And I see a whole bunch.
Well, it sounds like sound. New video. Are we on the new video? You hear sound?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I hear sound.
See, we're fine. I messed up a little bit. We're fine, everybody.
All right. We're good.
So everyone's saying no sound, no volume. Chris H says it's too loud. All right, everybody. What? I don't see. Now I'm all lost. I don't know how long we've been doing this. It seems like we've been doing it forever, but obviously not.
let's talk about that Battle Cat He-Man thing.
Oh, I thought that let me go get it.
Yeah, go get it.
I'll go get it. I'm getting it.
Go get it. He's getting it. So this is something that we discussed in the Diamond Elite. If you want to join the Diamond Elite, go to patreon.com/cartoonretrocast. Give as little as 1 cent an episode. You heard that right. 1 cent an episode, and you can be in the Diamond Elite Facebook group. And I think you probably get the show early, too. I don't think we can gate who gets the show early. So that's like, what? 12 times 4... Can't do math. 48 cents a year.
$87
right?
a
No.
year.
Yeah. 50, I guess 52. 52 cents a year. All right, you get it?
I got it.
All right. Let's see it.
So, I went to the Morningstar Market. Rawr. And beautiful downtown Thomasville, PA. Home of the fighting Thomasvilles. And, so I went to this lady's yard sale, or it's like a flea market, so they have different sections set up. And I looked down in a box, and it had Battle Cat, but black. And I picked it up, and I thought, oh, for sure, like some kid got a hold of it and spray painted it black or something. Like they wanted a black Battle Cat. So, but I got to looking at it, and it's not painted. It's part of the plastic is black. Because if you look at his mouth. That's some place that if a kid had painted it would have got paint all over the teeth and,
right.
and the gums and stuff. So I knew it was a legit figure, but I also just assumed it was a knockoff. But I like knockoffs too, like Future Strength, the muscle knockoff. And not like 2 weeks ago I bought some Smurfs knockoff. I thought that'd be cool if it's but this thing is exactly Battle Cat. It's not Panther. It is fucking Battle Cat.
Right, so somebody said... So you posted that in the Diamond Elite as, hey, these are what I found. I found a Battle Cat, and it's black. That's weird. And somebody said, oh, that's the bad guy's Battle Cat.
It's Panther.
Which, come on, man. Skeletor. You know it's Panther. Just say it's Panther. And I'm like, no, Panther's purple. But then part of me thought, well, Panther's purple, but he's fuzzy.
Yeah.
So maybe they rubbed off the fuzz.
Right,
but I also knew that Panther is not the same as Battle Cat. It doesn't look the same.
It doesn't have the mane, the whiskers on the side of his face.
Right. So then I just Googled it, like Black Battle Cat, and somebody had the same thing as you. They found it, and they asked about it, and it turns out that
cheap-ass
in
Mattel.
1974, what?
Cheap-ass Mattel.
Yeah, in 1974, whatever it was, like 10 years before He-Man, there was a Tarzan toy, and that's Tarzan's Panther. Is it Panther? What's it? What's a black thing? What's a black cat?
Oh yeah, it's gotta be a Panther, right?
Panther. Yeah. So it's Tarzan's Panther, but they used the mold to make Battle Cat. So it's Battle Cat before Battle Cat was Battle Cat.
All right. And if you look,
I thought that was cool because,
Yeah, I mean,
don't know.
do you?
Did anyone know that? I didn't know
that. So if you, I've got a picture of it up on the feed. But if you read more about it, that website that you linked to has a whole list, or maybe it wasn't one you linked to. But anyway, I ended up at a website because I must have did the same search after that. I ended up on a website where it had a whole list of all the previous molds. Like a lot of the vehicles were just molds from older lines from the 70s.
Oh, you mean the He-Man vehicles?
He-Man vehicles, like I think the arm molds and the leg molds are part of other like different toy lines that they reused. So but this is absolutely Battle Cat, but it's a little cheaper plastic, you can tell.
Yeah. The funnier thing you said was that you went and looked it up on eBay, and Tarzan and Battle Cat sell for like $100-something bucks.
Oh my god! And the lady had the whole set.
You didn't get it.
She only just got the $5 for it. And I even said to, when I buy stuff, I have so much crap. I can't just be buying everything. I mean, it seems like I do, but I really don't. I walk away from 10 times as much as I buy. And that, I see a lot of stuff. And even if $5 is no, I thought for sure it was a black Battle Cat somebody painted. And then that, like, the other toys she had were just toys. that other toys that didn't belong with it. But yeah, apparently there was a gorilla too. So I don't know if she had the gorilla or not. But if you have the gorilla and Tarzan and Black Battle Cat, it's worth a lot of those. Like couple hundred, like $250.
Yeah.
So it's funny what actually is worse. You know what I mean? Stuff like Tarzan. Like if you look at the Tarzan toy, it's just like a generic toy. And Battle Cat without He-Man and all the lore surrounding it, it's just a black cat. Legs don't move, mouth don't move, tail's molded to the back leg.
It does look fairly detailed though. Like it has like those muscle lines in it.
It does have detail. I will give them that.
And but it's not a toy. It's a statue.
Yeah, it's just but Battle Cat has like the gear. It's got the head, like the plastic saddle and the head. Which, by the way, if anyone has an extra head, I don't know what you call that, headgear, then yeah, I need one of those for my Battle Cat.
If anyone has the extra headgear, shit.
They just want to give it to their favorite host. Also, Mike, I bought Harry and the Hendersons stuffed animal.
Oh, that's terrifying. That's a terrifying. Oh God.
So it's cool. It's Harry. Whoa! What's that he's got?
They never really expanded on that property, did they?
No, but I love Harry and the Hendersons.
There was no cartoon. There was no.
And I got this from I bought this at the Goodwill, and they have So I don't know anybody's name at the Goodwill, but when I go to the Goodwill, I see the same people. I go to the Goodwill a lot. I try to go once a day. So once I see early in the morning lady, ponytail guy, goatee guy, old man with the van, and then there's buy everything guy. Buy everything guy buys everything. And he had this in his hand, and he put it down. So I picked it up. Uh-oh. Air raid. I picked
What is that? What is that? I can't... Oh, Harry.
Yeah, Harry and...
I stand corrected, by the way. There was a Harry and the Hendersons TV series.
Oh, that's right.
72 episodes.
That's pretty good. How many seasons? 3 seasons?
Yeah, directed by Scott Baio.
Wow.
Well, I mean, maybe one episode was directed by Scott Baio.
You know what? Goddamn air raids gotta go.
The same guy who played Harry in the... Same guy who played Harry in the movie is also Harry in the TV show. That's probably pretty interesting.
That's like, the guy who played Chewbacca in the Star Wars movies is Chewbacca in everything. Even when he showed up at your local mall. It was still that guy.
This guy died at the age of 35 from AIDS-related pneumonia.
Holy macaroni.
In 1991.
That's no joke. Yeah, that was before Magic Johnson. That was before Magic Johnson cured AIDS.
Guy was 7'2".
Jeez, man. That sucks. Thanks for bringing me down. I should never brought that fucking thing up. Anyway, we still got did we mention everything? Website, Patreon, box of junk. I should mention coming up, we have Secret Santa coming up, which is going to be, around Christmas time, which is only really like the Secret Santa ends at like December 15th or something. So it's really only like two and a half months away before we start sending out gifts. So if you want to be a part of Secret Santa, you got to get in this Diamond Elite Facebook group. And there's only one way to get into the Diamond Elite Facebook group, and that's to become a Patreon member. Also, I'm going to be mailing out the next to last, the penultimate Cartoon Retrocast birthday club gifts going out to little Tim A soon.
And you.
Yeah, I get it, but I'm not shipping it out. So
I know I gotta mail it. I haven't done that yet.
Also, a really fun thing to do. So don't forget Retroperty. Retroperty. We're still trying to get that going. We need contestants for Retroperty.
Well, we haven't asked for contestants yet.
Well, we did last week, but I'm just.
Did we?
I think we did. Anyway, I'm planting the seed. I don't know when we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it eventually. So consider the seed planted. Everybody. All right.
If you're interested,
yeah,
and you can be on camera,
gotta be on camera.
Then send us an email.
And you gotta have Skype. So Skype, yeah.
And Skype, I guess.
You gotta have Skype, a webcam. And you got to be able to talk to strangers.
Are we doing that live, or are we recording it and then putting it?
It's probably one of those things we need to record live.
Yeah, I think so.
Record and then because it's going to be a lot of hiccups. Because I've never done neither of us, I assume, have done a live game show. All right, Mike.
I can speak for yourself, but okay.
So last week I sent you a message on Facebook. I said, "What are we watching this week?" And you've replied with.
It's very. I was very thinking that you were going to be like, "I'm not watching that shit," but I wanted to watch that '80s show. Now I know it's not actually from the '80s or the '90s. But I don't know. I just wanted to watch it. And I was already halfway watching it when you sent me that message. So I just sent you the link.
Whoa. All right, well, I got the intro going. I'm going to start playing it here.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Let's just listen to the intro, then we'll come back. We'll talk about it. Oh, it's so loud. One day I'll get better at this. That's it. A short theme song, 15 seconds long. We're talking about a little show called That 80's Show, which is, that 70's show, for all intents and purposes, is a hit, right? It's a hit show.
People liked it. It was on for a long time.
It was like 5, 6,
Everybody
7 years,
made millions of dollars.
It gave us such celebrities as Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. And Topher Grace. Let's not forget Topher Grace's meteor.
And that one guy, the foreign dude.
Oh, yeah, Fez.
Yeah, but what's his name, though?
Wilmer Valderrama.
Yeah, Wilmer Valderrama.
Wilmer.
Thanks, that 70s show.
Oh, and the Masterson brother. Danny?
Yeah, but he's not, like, famous, though.
No, his brother was on Malcolm in the Middle, though. He was the oldest brother.
Oh, those guys are brothers?
Yeah, the blonde.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. So, that must have inspired them. They said, hey, look, people love the 70s, speaking of smoking pot. Let's do the 80s. Now, I felt like I remember watching the 70s show and thinking, there's some money behind this show. It looked like the sets were clean and big, and, man, the 80s show, they must have put, like, $10 into this because... they filmed it inside of a shoebox. It was a Reebok Pumps shoebox.
It wasn't necessarily it wasn't the most I don't know.
So that 80s
they didn't put a lot of effort into it. Let's put it that way.
That 80s show is an American sitcom, everybody. Time to read Wikipedia, everybody. That 80s show is aired from January through May 2002. I guess that gives you a clue as to how well it did. Despite having a similar name, show structure, many of the same writers and production staff, it is not considered a direct spin-off of the more successful That 70's Show. The characters and storylines for both shows never cross paths, although the main character, Corey Howard, Glenn Howerton, is designed as Eric Foreman's cousin. The show itself was a separate decade-based show created because of the 70s and popularity. The show was set in 1984. Okay.
All right, well, there you go.
Well, I didn't read this far. I should have read this. If I'd have read 3 sentences in, I'd have found out. Anyway, I stand by my decision. Debuted on January 23rd, 2002. The final episode would air May 29th. Wednesdays on Fox. Blah, blah, blah. The show follows the lives of struggling musician Corey Howard and his associates, friends, and family. His working and eventual romantic relationship with June Tuesday is also a focal point and becomes the main anchor of the show after a few episodes. Different locations, dance club. They worked at a record store called Permanent Record. And boy, do I miss record stores, man. I really do.
Yeah.
Mike doesn't care. Mike has no nostalgia for that stuff, but I miss if I had.
We had a tape store,
but it didn't
CD
have
stores.
Yeah, CDs didn't have records. We had record and tape traders, and they had not only did they have CDs, not only did they have records, not only did they have tapes, they had pornography. It was my go-to place for brand new pornography. Although I bought two.
I think I might have told this story before, but there was one when I went to high school. I went to a different place that I was from. So where I was from, there was no record store at all. When I went to high school, there was a place called Rhythm and Reading. And it had books, and it had CDs, and it had tapes. And I always was wondering why it had highlighters behind the counter that went for like $25 a piece.
Oh shit! No, I never heard this.
I did not know until years later. Somebody told me that, and I made the connection.
What were they doing?
What do you mean? What are they doing?
What's the highlighter for?
They put marijuana in there.
I never heard of that.
What?
I've never heard
You're
of
like
that.
a marijuana guy.
Yeah, but you don't. I never bought it from a store.
Yeah,
we used to have to do that thing where we go, like we just walk down the street, we see a group of guys, we throw up the symbol. You know, where you make like you're holding a joint, and you put it up to your lips. And then, like, if they're down, they wave you over or whatever.
I can't find anything on the internet about this, but yeah, apparently that's what they used to do. They used to put pot inside the highlighter and then just sell the highlighter.
You lived on the West Coast. It's a different world.
Well, no, I lived in Hawaii, but...
They sold it in Hawaii?
Yeah.
On your island, how many cops were there?
On that island?
On your island.
On my island?
Yes.
Like 3 or 4.
And they cared about
this was a different island.
Oh, that's right, because you were in high school. Okay,
on that island, there was probably like a few hundred.
Yeah.
But,
was that the big island?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they were worried about ice and.
Well, that's the thing is like. I didn't know, so maybe at the time, maybe the cops didn't know. I don't know. I don't know.
People that do drugs always think that whatever they're doing, the cops could never figure out. They're like, "Hey, man, you got any purple monkeys?" And the cops are like,
right.
"Oh, purple monkeys. What is that? Can't arrest you."
Right.
Purple monkeys.
Or that everything that the cop does is illegal, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like you can't ask me if I'm doing drugs because that's illegal. That's entrapment.
What? Just because you can't just stop me for doing drugs, you got to stop me for doing something else.
Right.
I'm allowed to do the drugs. I'm just not allowed to buy them. Although now that's true for pot. Like at least in my state, now you can have the pot, you just can't buy it. So if you get caught with the pot, this is a fine. But if you get caught buying the pot, you go to jail.
All right. So anyway, the 80's show.
Oh yeah, 80's show stars Corey Howard, Glenn Howerton, who's now famous for being on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh really?
Yeah. Do you ever watch that?
No.
Oh, it's a good show. You guys should watch it. I recommend it. And then, but I always that's a weird show. They're like it's a group of friends, but they're all like evil people, and they all treat each other like shit. And sometimes I'll see people posting comments like, "Man, I wish I had friends like." They are like their friends are on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's like you're crazy.
Isn't that us though?
No,
are we those friends?
No, we are not. Oh, I'm telling you, like you got to watch this show. It's very good. It's very good. But June Tuesday by Chyler Lee. Is that her name? Chyler?
Kyler Lee West.
Oh, Kyler.
Yeah.
She's on Supergirl.
Okay.
She's Alex Danvers on Supergirl now. And she was addicted to drugs. Roger Park played Eddie Shin, the token Asian.
Oh, that's weird. Wait a minute. The role was Roger Park. Okay, yeah. Played by Eddie Shin, right.
Right.
So who is Eddie Shin? Is he in stuff?
Eddie Shin doesn't have a very good list. He was
He's going to be in this Westworld show that actually is premiering tonight.
Oh, and I just watched that movie because somebody told me to watch it, and I watched it. It was good. And then did you send me the Laserdisc? I think you sent me the Laserdisc of Westworld. Or yeah.
Yes, I did. This is the new Westworld that he's on. But yeah, HBO. I did send you that Laserdisc.
Yeah.
How is that movie? Is that good?
Oh, it's good. It's not great. It's Jurassic Park. And then I was like,
Jurassic Park with robots.
And I was like, oh shit, this is Jurassic Park. And I looked it up, and it was written by Michael Crichton.
Yeah.
The guy who wrote Jurassic Park.
Yep.
So now I'm wondering if any of his other books are just like, it's just other things. Like, it goes to a toy store, and then the toys come to life and kill you. He goes to a make-your-own pizza place, and the pizzas kill you. But Katie Howard, played by Tinsley Grimes.
Yeah. So when I watched this show, I had a big crush on Tinsley Grimes.
Tinsley Grimes. What else was she in? She was in
nothing really. She was in that show.
Walsh.
That's where I saw her from.
Charmed. She was in Charmed.
I never saw it.
And then Brittany Daniel, which we all know from Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
She played Brandy on Joe Dirt.
She must be in other stuff. Wait a minute. Wait a second.
I guess
she has a twin sister?
Does she?
Cynthia Daniel.
They played the Doublemint twins.
In Sweet Valley High.
Wow.
They were also in Sweet Valley High as twins.
So how do we know which one is which?
Exactly. How do we know that Cynthia Daniel wasn't in Joe Dirt?
Oh, man.
Maybe they did the old switcheroo.
The old switcheroo. Oh, she was also in a bunch of episodes on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where she was transitioning from male to female. Anyway, Jeff Pearson? Do we know him? Do we know Jeff? Yeah, he was in some stuff. I'd seen him in stuff. He was in Married with Children. Was he also in that show?
R.T. Howard. No. So he wasn't in Married with Children. He was in the other show that was exactly like Married with Children.
Was that the one with the puppet?
With the puppet and Seth Green was in it.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah, remember that?
Jay Moore's wife was in that too. Nikki Cox.
Yes, she was in it.
Yeah.
She was the what's her name?
You know what I think that show. She was the Kelly Bundy of the show.
Kelly Bundy. And Seth Green was the David Faustino.
The Bud. That show, I think, Unhappily Ever After, was the show that made me stop watching TV regularly. I think I saw that show and I said, you know what? I'm done.
I'm done with this.
I'm not going to watch that much of it. I'll watch it here and there sparingly, but I'm not going to show up to watch this stuff anymore. Because that show was bad. I think it got better. Does
Unhappily Ever After not have a Wikipedia page?
I guess not.
What in the hell? Because it was made by the same people that made Married with Children.
It's there.
Okay.
May 1995 to 1995 to 1999. It's F that show, man. I heard it got better, but I was not. I'm not happy. And Margaret Smith playing Margaret. I think that's the boss.
Yeah.
And in this episode. They're talking about local bands that are coming to play, or bands that are coming to play locally, and one of them was Pat Benatar. And so the boss of the record store, she goes, oh shit, Pat Benatar's coming, and she runs off to hide, and they're all confused. But then eventually she reveals that she had been put in charge of pyrotechnics for one of Pat Benatar's show and accidentally set her on fire.
Right.
And so it's been running and hiding from Pat Benatar ever since.
Well, so one of the other parts of the show, because you didn't know, I've already watched like 5 episodes of this show, is that every time they mention some famous rocker, she'll be like, oh yeah, I banged that guy.
Oh, so she's got a story for every...
Yeah, she's got like a story for every rocker.
Oh, that's why...
She's like that kind of person, you know?
That's why they're like, oh, she's bullshitting again.
Right.
And she's like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe she's not bullshitting now.
Right.
And this was the last episode, or no? 2 episodes.
I don't know. I have no idea.
2 more episodes. So they have 13 episodes total. But I remember Pat Benatar. I remember saying, like, have you seen Pat Benatar lately? She's a mess.
I have not seen her lately.
Yeah, if you look at her in the 70s, she was so hot. Anyway. But Pat Benatar, wasn't she in... my mom loved Pat Benatar because my mom loved all female rockers, like, through and through. She loved female rockers, and I had to listen to every one of Pat Benatar.
I mean, her songs were okay. You didn't like her songs?
What were some of Pat Benatar's songs?
Love is a Battlefield.
Love is a
Hit me with your best shot.
Hit me with your best shot. Yeah, I remember. They're okay.
We Belong.
They're okay. Look. When you're
Heartbreaker.
My mom just...
Heartbreaker, show shaker.
She was just like, what you call it, women's lib girt lady.
Yeah. That doesn't mean that she didn't have good songs, though.
I don't know. Yeah, no.
I mean, she probably... I only know of like a handful of her songs that I like.
My dad listened to the Beatles and Led Zeppelin.
Shadows of the Night. Actually, I really like Shadows of the Night.
So Pat Benatar actually comes to the show later on to confirm her story. She's like, "Oh, when you set me on fire, this roadie put me out and extinguished me, and then we fell in love." And it was I was laughing at some of the jokes like, they're very sitcom-y. And she goes, "After my eyebrows came back or grew back, we got married." So the whole gist of this episode is that the brother, I forget their names already. The main guy and his sister playing a band, and they play weddings.
Right, Katie and
Dennis.
Corey.
So they but he's kind of embarrassed because now he's dating like a punk rock chick, and he wants to be more of like a modern fucking punk rocker and shit.
Right.
So it turns out that their father's brother or a roommate's brother or something or cousin works for Star Search and signed them up, and the sister signed them up unbeknownst to Corey. And
so what was the they were at a wedding and they were singing a song. What was that song?
Goddamn, I forgot. I just listened to it.
Was it Maniac?
No,
was it Maniac?
It wasn't Maniac. It was
I gotta look it up.
I'm so excited.
Oh, right. How could I have forgotten that?
That's your favorite Saved by the Bell episode.
How could I have forgotten that? That's what they were singing. Yes, they were singing "I'm so excited."
Because later on, the sister says, "We're going on Star Search, and I'm so excited." She's like, "Oh, that's the song." So but he's not excited, but then I guess she guilts him into doing it, and then she freaks out. She gets embarrassed or shy.
No, she wants to do it, but he comes out wearing this ridiculous outfit, and she says, "You know what? We don't have to do this anymore," which I thought was bullshit.
You go that far, you just do it.
You go that far, you just make him do it at that point.
Even if I was sucked, I would still go on Star Search. I mean,
who cares? Nobody's gonna remember you or anything.
Even if they do, so what? You're on Star Search, man. Back then, back in the 80s, it was no easy task to get on TV. I was on TV one time, and that's because they turned a fire hydrant on in my neighborhood, and they sent the cameras to kind of do a thing the heat is on, everybody, downtown Baltimore. The kids are turning it on. So hot. Turn it on the fire hydrants. And then
Did you turn on the fire hydrant?
I didn't turn it on. I was too little. But the bigger kids turned on the fire hydrants. And the cops, the fire department would come. Because when you turn on the fire hydrant, all the water pressure in the neighborhood drops. Because it's empty and so much water. It's hundreds and hundreds of gallons of water a second. And maybe not a second, but it's a lot. So the fire department would come, turn it off, and as soon as they would leave, those kids, man, they had a wrench hidden close by, would go take out their wrench, turn it right back on. And we had this kid with the fattest ass. I remember his name. It was Scott Kiefer. And he used to put his ass in front of the water, and it would spray up in the air, make this big stream of water, and it would go everywhere. It was so awesome, man. And people would drive by and get their cars washed. And I remember one guy would come out with soap and shampoo and take a shower. It was great, good times, good class.
Did anyone have a boombox? And it was
I'm sure. Turn
it on.
No, it wasn't quite that.
By the way, was that in the Ultimate 80s movie soundtrack?
It was. The Heat Is On by Glenn Frey made the cut. I mean, it wasn't too hard. It was 48 songs on that soundtrack, so. It's a quadruple disc. But now I forgot what we were talking about. Oh,
the Heat Is On.
Oh, Star Search. Right. Anyway, so they I don't even remember if they finished. They never went on, right?
Yeah, so she basically said you don't have to go on if you don't want to, and he was like, "Thank you." I thought he would be like, "Yeah, I'll go on. Come on now."
But even his punk rock girlfriend wanted him to go on.
Well, she was like, playing a wedding is beneath you, but you went on Star Search? No, I can't do that.
But once she found out that the sister was kind of upset. Anyway, so let's talk about just 80s stuff they got. It wasn't like a nostalgia fest. The Asian fella, the little Asian fella, Roger Park, he had a Swatch, which is totally 80s. But I don't even remember swatches from Parker Lewis Can't Lose. Is that?
Yeah.
Is that when it became popular? But Parker Lewis Can't Lose was 1989, right?
Yeah, I had a Swatch before that.
So Swatch Watch in 1984. I'm sure they existed, but they didn't filter down to me.
Yeah, 1983.
Yeah, Parker Lewis had a couple of them, right?
Well, that would be their thing, right? Synchronized swatches.
Parker Lewis.
But a swatch really meant Swiss watch, so
yeah,
it was just a Swiss watch.
And yeah, Parker Lewis came out in 1990, so the swatch stuck around for a while.
We should watch Parker Lewis.
I was just thinking that. If I could, we're gonna watch it next week. That's the show we're gonna watch.
We're gonna do it.
And
there was something about Parker Lewis. Do you remember that? That guy at the height of Parker Lewis was in a made-for-TV movie.
He was in that Stephen King movie, M-O-O-N spells Moon, The Stand.
Okay, yeah, no, not that one.
Oh, okay.
He was in a made-for-TV movie about him and another teen star, and like he was Jewish and she was Catholic, and their love was forbidden, and they went into the swimming pool and had sex. This is a made-for-TV movie in the pool.
Whoa.
I mean, they didn't show anything, but they did it. They were naked and they had sex. And I remember watching that shit when I was like 11 years old or something.
Was it called the Life Force Experiment? No, that's Terminally Ill Boy. Was he younger or older? What do you mean? Summer of Fear? Was that it?
No. I'm looking it up. Corin Nemec, right? That's his name?
Corin Nemec, yep. Solar Crisis? Oh, For the Very First Time. That's gotta be it.
What is it? Where do you see that? What year is that?
1991. It's gotta be right. A teenage Catholic girl carries on a secret relationship.
Okay, and what is the girl's name? Who's the actress that plays her?
Cheryl Pollack.
Oh, well, maybe it wasn't.
Who were you gonna swear that it was?
I thought it was Melissa Joan Hart.
Oh no. She wouldn't be banging some guy in the pool.
I don't remember.
Melissa Joan Hart, she's a good Christian girl. She would be, especially not a Jewish guy. Hey, does that mean that Parker Lewis is Jewish? Is he one of
Corin Nemec? I'm not sure that he is Jewish, but
it was directed by Michael Zinberg, so
he's Jewish.
Definitely. All right, so what else did they have in it? Star Search, obviously, 80s.
I think we went over the whole thing.
Yeah, but I mean, what other 80s things were there? The girl had like punk rock. The record store, they had cassette tapes, although it kind of wasn't right. Remember? Because you remember when CDs, I don't know, the CDs weren't out yet, but cassettes, they didn't come in, they weren't just cassettes. Remember they came in those giant plastic things? So you couldn't just stick them in your pocket and walk out with them? Do you remember that?
What? Oh, yeah. They were like...
it's like a big giant... You had to get
They were big, like, they were long, was the first thing. And they had a handle at the end of them. You could swing it and hit somebody with it.
But remember, you had to find it when you went to the checkout already. The guy had to, like, get the thing out and unlock it. And it took him, like, 10 minutes. What do they call that? Plastic? I can't even... I want to look it up, but... it's got to be something like a theft deterrent, right? So, like, you know...
And it was also to have them kind of stand up in little stands.
Yeah, I wish I could find a picture of it. I bet they don't... I bet that's one of those things that only exists in memories anymore, unless somebody's found one. But then CDs were kind of the same way. I'm trying to think if CDs just didn't come in a big box, like Sega Saturn games and stuff. Because my dad had... I was going to say he had a Sega CD, but he definitely didn't. He had a CD player, and it came with, like, just big, giant CD, like, big, giant cases.
They had those, but they also had, if you just had the regular size CD and just plastic, clear plastic, it would be in one of those giant plastic things.
Here's the, I didn't find a picture of it, but I found the patent.
Okay.
So it's kind of like... kind of. It absolutely illustrates what it is, but not the real feel. So, yes. Oh, man.
I want to watch this for the very first time movie.
Good luck finding that.
Where do you think it is?
Oh, my God.
A made-for-TV movie from 1991. Where can I find it?
You will not find that. You know where you find it? On a VHS tape from on eBay.
Boom. YouTube.
Is it really on there?
Yep.
Wow, awesome.
Oh, wait a minute. No, it's only 14 minutes, so it's obviously not, but...
You're going to get... That's all you need. You need to watch like 3 minutes of it, and then you won't watch the rest.
I don't know what this is. It's not a trailer. I don't even know what this is, but it's 14 minutes for the very first time TV in 1991. So just like a little clip of it.
What do you think?
They're drinking. They're drinking in the parking lot. He's got his Letterman jacket.
So what do you think? You obviously like that 80s show because you watched a couple episodes, huh?
Oh, this is the part where they have sex in the pool.
It's funny what we remember, isn't it? Isn't it funny what we remember?
It's only
now
like
you're just
they
watching.
don't do the whole thing.
All right, everybody, let's wrap this
sorry.
show up. Next week, Parker Lewis can't lose, and I promise. Next week after that, another cartoon. We got to get back into a cartoon. I feel like we need to watch another cartoon, even though we just watched Tom and Jerry Kids. We're gonna Parker Lewis, and then another cartoon. That's the 80s show is what we watched. I
liked it.
You liked it?
I mean,
yeah, obviously.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I can't. I'm not doing great because I watched like 5 episodes all at the same time, so I don't really remember one episode from the next. Yeah. But I like it. I mean, I feel like I need in my life just stupid sitcom,
that reminds
meaningless, crappy, but not overly so. You know, like 2.5 Men is stupid, but it's too much. Like I don't want to see all that weird crap. Like I just want something dumb and light.
That reminds the goddamn laugh tracks killing me. It was awful.
You know what? I completely tuned it out.
All right, so
it's there, though.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the show, everybody. Let's just mention one more time, or if you want a free sticker, you have to do it the only way to get the free sticker is through snail mail. You gotta send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Cartoon Retrocast, P.O. Box 21, Manchester, Maryland 21102. And if you want the retro box of junk that I'm gonna give away, just send email to cartoonretrocast@gmail.com to and just put the subject. I want the box of retro junk. Also, coming up, like I said before, coming up soon, Secret Santa. And so if the only way to get into that is to become a Patreon backer or patron, go to patreon.com/cartoonretrocast. That also gets you to the Diamond Elite Facebook group, where our double Diamond Elite members, Eric T, Jared C, Mike M, Larry F, Lil Tim A, everybody. Also, our Diamond Elite triple platinum member, Chris H, and our really big random thanks to, let's do Dennis H, everybody.
Dennis H, everybody.
And that's the show, everybody. Really big show. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
The worst episode ever.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.